What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TTG Plays Nier. How you all doing today? If you remember last time, we were in the desert, and we saved a prince. Today, well, we just had some weird dreams last night about something, so let's see if we can find out what that was all about. Sorry if I sound a little sniffly, it's just, I don't know what it is this morning, my nose is a bit stuffy, so I probably won't be recording too many episodes. Usually I record 3 at a time, but I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Maybe not as many. What's up, Popolo? Oh, hi there. I just got a strange letter in the mail. Dear Popolo, hope this letter finds you well. I'm writing in hopes of bringing to your attention a certain dream issue of concern regarding recent events in Dream the Village. I was hoping you might be able to get your advice. Dream on the matter. Oh boy. Reading well today. Recently there have been dream reports, dream of a certain dream of a dream, evil dream, anti-dream curse, dream, evil dream, and dream, someone dream. That is certainly one bizarre piece of writing. Yeah, it's strange, alright. Who's it from? The mayor of a small village in the Forest of Myth. It's a wooded area up north. Forest of Myth. They're a bright and talkative group of people. Something like this is very out of character for them. I have a bad feeling about this. I'll check it out. You will, but don't worry about it. I've got business there anyway. Oh, well, alright. Thank you. So, looks like we have to go sort out this dream business. I wonder what's going on. Seems a little strange if you ask me. Oh well, off it is. So let's get going. This is a little new coming up this side of things. We haven't really come up this path before. First time for everything. Let's see what's in here, shall we?
It sure is quiet here.
Such silence bodes ill. There's trouble on the way. I'm sure of it.
That's what I love about you, Vice. You're such an optimist.
That's cheek.
Alright, so welcome to the Forest of Myth. Music is beautiful, gorgeous, chill, lovely. Anyway, I don't know what we're doing here. Let's see if we can sort out this business, shall we? Beware. Beware the words. The words? What do you mean? Contagious words. Those who dream. Those who dream? Hold a moment. There's a strange new sensation in my mind. Vice's voice rose in a quizzical way. It is not quizzical. What's going on here? The villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his eyes. Perhaps I should start by asking this man. Who are you? I'm Nier, this is Vice. I heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help. The villager stared at Nier and Vice. If you could speak to me, I must have caught you in my dream. How's that again? The villager explained. In the past weeks, a mysterious disease called the Death Dream has spread across the Forest of Myth. Those who caught it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the world of their own dreams. The village mayor had determined that the Death Dream was spread from person to person by spoken words. Before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. So this is basically turning into a little novella here, which is bizarre and very cool. I think in a lot of ways. A lot of people hate this. I think it's quite funny actually. Vice stared at the mayor, his mouth twitching slightly. Now see here, he said. Are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream? Well, yes, said the mayor. I think you have. Oh, crap, said Nier. So that means we've caught the Death Dream. Before the mayor could confirm his suspicion, Vice exploded with rage. Ridiculous, preposterous, completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep. Mayor attempted to take Vice's complaints in stride. That's just how the death dream works, he said, brushing aside the book's remarks. My remarks shall not be brushed aside, fool, and it would behoove you to remember that this world allows me to view all of its narration. The man twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, then quickly changed the subject to who Nier had seen and what they had discussed since coming to the village. Something then must have caused you to enter my dream, said the man. A certain conversation, a specific word, something. Nier and Vice racked their brains, but could find no easy solutions. There were simply too many words to consider, too much random chatter, too many meaningless conversations. Grandma Vice does not engage in meaningless conversations. The mere suggestion that Vice chose his words carelessly seemed to sting his pride. It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator. It has demolished it utterly. Irritated, Vice looked skyward, as if searching for answers in the heavens. I was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone already. The anger created by his harsh words bled over to Nier like a contagion. Wait, said Nier suddenly. Did someone just say contagion? Yes, I believe so. What of it? Well, that villager told us to watch out for contagious words, right? The mayor leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Vice aside in the process. Well, he must have said something right, asked the mayor. Some specific combination of words? What was it? It was about dreaming, or something that dreams, or, hell, what was it? A sheep, cried Vice suddenly, blurting out the first thing that popped into his head. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, Nier's face suddenly lit up. I remember, he said, those who dream. That's what he said, I'm sure of it. At this, the man produced a thick sheaf of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at Nier. That sounds right, he said, as a stray sheet of paper fluttered to the ground. My notes also mentioned something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. The mayor shook his head, his worn pencil stub tracing lines across the lone piece of paper. For the last month I've done nothing but study the disease we call the death dream, he said. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along, but I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. The mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face. I should probably be taking notes or something. Vice immediately fired back. I applaud the force of will it takes to research a disease in your dreams, he said. Perhaps we should bend your efforts to escape this place instead of trying to understand it. The mayor's hand tightened around his pencil, snapping it off with the tip. I've tried to escape. I've tried to escape from the very first moment I realized I was locked inside my own dream. I've been looking for a way out, but I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I'd know about it. He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said, to no one in particular, and it was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. But once the disease took hold, things changed. It looks like someone took a sponge and soaked all the color out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free. The mayor's voice took on a note of steely determination, and I won't stop trying until it happens. Nier nodded in agreement. Wait a second, I didn't nod. Why are you... Look, if we can be of any help, said Nier, just ask. Now hold on, I did not just say that. Silence, cried Vice. Grimoire looked from Nier to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire Vice's face is always confident, thank you very much. Now see here, Mayor. You told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing of it. But yet you seemed surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? The mayor slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. Oh my god, he said, you're right. I had no idea you were coming. The human imagination is a limitless engine, said Vice, and dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you, said the mayor. I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required. We are as eager as you to be done with this place. The mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He'd almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, you two, he called at the departing forms of Nier and Vice. We're all counting on you. As Nier slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck by a sense of déjà vu. I saw this man once before, he thought, but where? Nier's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more forest closed in around them. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction. The moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once he'd been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree, and his hands now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Vice was proving to be a spectacularly poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging Nier to pick up the pace and grumbling about the slow progress. Their slow progress. Jeez, if I could read today. Finally, after Vice muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, Nier snapped. You know what, Vice, he cried. Go to hell. But stop him. I need to rest for a few minutes before I throw up. Nier leaned against the tree and tried to stretch the moss from his back. How can this stupid forest be so goddamn big, he muttered to himself. The moment the words tumbled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life, as if infuriated by his lack of respect. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out with a volume that rattled his teeth. Nier slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard. Vice, what the hell is going on? Nier could see Vice's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting into a tornado. The insects screamed, the forest howled. And then, just as Nier's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, Nier removed the hand from his left ear and listened to the creaks of the woods. Zree, 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 zree. Shack, shack, shack. Chicka, 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 chicka. Woo, 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 woo. Shika, 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 shika. As the insect symphony dimmed another decibel, Nier began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise, it's something else. The insects weren't just calling out, they were asking a question. 1 with it suffers, 2 with it is ideal, 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? By my pages, is this a riddle? I guess so. The kind of thing happens a lot in dreams, right? Maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. Then I'll leave it to you to answer. 1 with it suffers, 2 with it is ideal, 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? Oh, yes. Yes. Is it a secret? Inwardly furious that Vice left the task to him, Nier's side and gave the only answer that made sense. It's a secret, right? The sound of the insects stopped as suddenly as it began. The forest undergrowth parted before Nier like a rippling wave, opening a new path. These forest arthropods are making your own for us, said Vice with glee. Pleased at passing the test, Nier moved on with new intensity. The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on this path, their journey had a purpose. I guess the forest has accepted us, huh? Said Nier after a bit. Vice spun around to face his companion. Do not mistake the will of this forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads. As Vice finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, Nier picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. Good heavens, said Vice. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, ripples it left behind came together to form words. I entered through the window, but I break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Certainly easy, barked Vice. Now answer it. He grit his teeth and tried to reach out and strangle his companion. He's right after all. This one is pretty easy. I entered through the window, but I break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Sunlight, I believe. Sunlight. A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. In all my years, said Vice softly, I've never seen such a sight. Perhaps I have misunderstood the intentions of this place. Hey, look, cried Nier, awakening Vice from his daze. There's a house or something over there. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Vice saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. That's weird, isn't it, Vice? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here? Nier walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by mist. Began Nier, before getting any further. The cloaked man held up a hand and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but I end the night with 3. What am I? Nier tried to ask the cloaked man who he was when he was doing that, but he simply repeated the question. If we wish to engage this man in conversation, said Vice, it seems we must answer his riddle. Yeah, I suppose, said Nier. Well, at least it's an easy one. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but I end the night with 3. What am I? An easy one, eh? I, let's say is it a man? He missed us all from the cloaked figure as he spoke a single word. Correct. With that, the man flung his garment aside, revealing his true identity. You're the mayor, cried Nier. The small man slowly shook his head. I'm not the mayor you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago, I saw a version of you that was not yourself. You saw what? I'm sorry, I don't understand the thing you just said. It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the death dream. Now you must go to the man at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As Nier watched, Mr. seeped up from the ground and watched the cottage erasing from existence. When Nier and Vice returned to the forest entrance, they found the man leaning against the tree. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over them. Good gravy, he cried. You made it. You actually made it back. His left hand grasped Nier and pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge from the socket, while his right seized Vice by the cover and swung him through the air. Yeah, by the heavens, stop shaking, you fool. We have not even told you if we were successful or not. The mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Nier withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. We broke the Death Dream seal, he said. At least I think we did. The mayor's face beamed as Nier filled him on the details. When the tale was done, the three of them laid down on the forest ground and fell asleep. Wait a second, that's crazy. Why would we just lay down and go to sleep? This is one hell of a story. Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futility itself. Nier and the mayor obediently reclined atop the grassy earth. Have you forgotten, continued Vice? It is words that control the death dream. Words allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall. Once we do, the story will continue. With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breathing slowing. This is the first time, began the mayor. The first time I've ever felt tired since I was imprisoned here. His words were cut off by a loud, long yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour or a year. When they awoke, things had slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear that they had awakened from their dream. Nier shook the mayor's shoulder gently. Good news, he said. We made it. Oh, wow, said the mayor in an awed voice. We did it. I'm back. He blinked once, twice, as though not believing the sight before him. The two have no idea how much this means. The death dream has started to spread through our village. And I wanted to, well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it, but I guess that wasn't the case. Must have caught the disease and become trapped in my own dream. The mayor started to stand, then collapsed back to the earth. He stared at his legs as if trying to remember how they worked, then glanced at Nier and shrugged. Without a word, the fighter reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. Real life may take some getting used to. A wry smile crossed the mayor's lips. You shall relearn in short order, I am sure, said Vice. For now, you should return to your home and rest. No, said the mayor, sorry, he said. I just accidentally skipped some. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the death dream. I have to save them. The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree in the center of the village and bowed his head and prayed silently. This is a holy tree, he explained. When the prayer was finished, it's a guardian of our village's history and memories. Superstition will only make our mission harder, muttered Vice. We should not put our faith in the gods. The mayor shook his head. Not the gods, the words. Legend says that our tree is home to powerful magic known as the sealed verse. Nier and Vice could not contain their surprise. It seemed the gold had been found in the most unexpected of places. I say, muttered Vice, this is certainly a stroke of luck. As the three of them said their goodbyes, Nier mentioned the strange man who had given them the third riddle and the mysterious words he had left with them. I once saw a version of you that was not yourself, muttered the mayor. What in the world? Lost in thought, he stayed into space for a long moment. You know, he said softly, this is going to sound weird, but I had a feeling I'd seen you before too. Nier tried to keep a straight face and failed, but the man didn't seem to notice. Deja vu, right? Anyway, I figured it's just some kind of illusion created by the death dream. It probably doesn't mean anything. Nier gave the mayor a nod and a smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. There is something wrong about the mayor and his words. I wish I understood what the hell was going on here. That riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of all. Oh, thank you so much. Now I can finally return to a normal life. This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered. I know, that's why I had to help the other villagers no matter what. And we got the sealed verse, Dark Execution. Summon magical spikes from the ground to impale enemies. So you might remember that one from the first episode. Charged with this number of spikes. Oops. Alright, so. For a sealed verse, that didn't take much effort. Yes, all too easy if you ask me. It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village. You think too much, Vice. So that's actually pretty much it for this episode. We got a sealed verse. That was a very, very interesting little piece of a gameplay choice that they made there, if I do say so myself. And I do. What's this person got to say? Villager. This must be another person affected by the death dream. It would appear that way, yes. No, we're not going to enter their dream. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to. But yeah, not many games would be bold enough to do something like that. Yeah, all the villagers here have their own little dreams that you can go into, and don't really get much for doing it. What are the options there for those who want it? Anyway, what was really interesting about that place was a mention of someone who looked just like me that they'd seen before. Was it all part of the dream, or is there actually more to look at? I guess we'll have to find out later on. But I'm going to catch you guys back at Popola's place. Or not. So how was the village? Oh, it was truly magnificent. There were no words, really. Huh? Neat. Let's go back to Popola. She probably wants to know what's going on here. Alright, now I'll see you guys back at the village. Alright, we are back in the library. Let's go see what Popola has to say. Ah, damn it.
Oh, crap.
I just smashed something I picked up. I picked up an item for a side quest and I just broke it by rolling. Whoops. The death dream is such a strange illness. I'm so happy you saved those people. Yeah, dealing with all those words was a pain in the ass. Even I, with my natural love of words, I have no desire to visit that place ever again. You guys did well.
Well, there is little point in finishing the delivery now.
Say.
Yeah, I guess.
Say.
Okay. Oh, Nier. Huh? I almost forgot. Yenna was looking for you. Oh. She said she needed something from you. Time to go play daddy for a bit, huh? Yeah, I guess so. Thanks, Popula. Alright, let's see what Yenna does after. And then we'll call it an episode. What's up, man?
Oh.
Dad, yay! Popula said you needed something. I need a favor. What is it? Yenna, I can't help you if you don't tell me. Yeah, I guess. Yenna, please, out with it. I need you to help my friend. Your friend? I have a friend who sent me a letter and now I need you to help. Someone wrote you a letter. A pen pal. How delightful. So who is this friend? Well, he's kinda... It's a guy. Yes, and he's sick and in a whole lot of trouble. And I know that you and Wisey are the only ones who can help him. Wisey? Tell me about this guy. He lives in a really big house down south and he's super nice and he's my friend. You have to help him, Dad. Please? Yona, listen. Please? Great. Now what do I do? I'll do it. I can't say no to her. Okay, I'll see if I can help. Yay, thank you, Dad. Thank you. So that's going to be it for this episode. Well, I'm sure Weiss will say something as soon as I go outside. Yep, great. A kid's got a boyfriend. You should tread with caution. This lad may be your future son-in-law. Weiss, we are not discussing this. I do have something to say about it. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Next time we're going to go find out who this mysterious boyfriend is. Very, very peculiar. I didn't know that she left the house, so I don't know how she has pen pal or anything, but I don't know. See what happens. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out, and if you enjoyed this series, be sure to leave a like. And yeah, thanks again, and have a good one.